Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But guys, a Pokemon Sword and Shield rumor video, perhaps a massive leak that has taken place in the community. And this video is incredibly exciting, very hype, and I'm excited to share it to you guys and with you guys today. I'm here on PokeJungle's website. Paul shared out this awesome post, and basically what happened was a dude predicted the Nintendo Direct and also included some other information in his post, maybe hinting at some possible Galarian Forms for the Galar region in Pokemon Sword and Shield, which is kind of like Alolan Forms that we saw in Pokemon Sun and Moon. This is massive. I'm really excited to break down this list, but I do want to tread with caution, guys. As always, this is a rumor, which means that it may not be true. It may be true, but we're going to find out pretty darn soon because the Nintendo Direct, or Pokemon Direct, is going down on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 5th of June. Happy June, by the way. And you can watch it with me live on twitch.tv/aDrive. I'll be starting the stream around 7 or 8 a.m. Eastern Time, and again, the Direct is at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on June 5th, which is Wednesday, in just a few short days. Very, very hype. In the meantime, hit that like button down below and subscribe if you guys are new, as I do post Pokemon videos every day, and we're going to be ramping things up here as Sword and Shield is right around the corner. Without further ado, let's talk about this rumor post, man, because it is pretty nuts here. Pretty nuts. Rumor posts are used as discussion, so just kind of that nice little precursor there that we just want to set the stage and say that this is not confirmed, but very interesting. A post was made on May 24th, an anonymous image board which stated that the new trailer would be shown a week before E3. On May 27th, it was revealed that the Pokemon Direct would be aired on June 5th, a week before E3. So this person made a post saying, hey, there's going to be a Pokemon Direct, it's going to be the week before E3, and there's some other information that they included in it. To make sure this is not a coincidence, that a trailer dropping before E3 was a standard thing to do, I worked with Joe Merrick of Cerebi, who's often considered to be pretty much the most reputable kind of source of Pokemon news on the internet right now, to track down past trailer releases. There's no exact precedent that would make it easy to guess. So this person, they either took a wild guess or they happened to just hit the nail right on the head because they knew something. So the post in question said there was 17 Galarian Forms. Only Johto and Hoenn Pokemon, sorry Sinnoh fans. Very interesting to note, which if you notice in the Alolan region, the only Alolan form Pokemon we got were of Kanto Pokemon. So it wouldn't be surprising to me to see them move to the next kind of two generations, previous generations that have already been covered through remakes, Gold and Silver, the Johto region, and then Hoenn, which is the Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. So, which we had our remake of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So here's some of the Pokemon, and this is an incredible list. I really hope this is real, because this is awesome. Noctowl, Ice and Flying, becomes black with dark bits of blue. Now, what's actually funny about the Noctowl is someone had already made a Galarian Noctowl fan art from kind of a while back. Coincidence? I don't know. Someone already had this same idea of an Ice and Flying kind of Galarian Noctowl, which does seem a little strange that I've got a couple different fan arts here that various people have made. You know, you can see this like Galarian Fletchinder and some other cool stuff. There's like a Galarian, I don't know, this one right here, Galarian Go-Goat, and there's a Galarian Skiddo, and then, you know, there happens to be a Galarian Noctowl as well. So that's a little weird. I will say that was just a strange coincidence there. But anyway, Sentret becomes normal and ground, and then Furret becomes normal and ground as well. So it has a drill on its tail. So Furret's tail has a drill on it now, and then Sentret gets steel claws. And I gotta tell you guys, before we go any further, one of my absolute favorite things of Sun and Moon was the Alolan Forms, dude. To me, it added like new life and breath of fresh air to some old Pokemon. And granted, not every one of them were good, right? Alolan Dugtrio was kind of lackluster, but some of them were great. Alolan Executor was so memeable. Alolan Mach was super like relevant and competitive. Alolan Marowak, very cool design, also incredibly relevant. Alolan Pikachu really tied directly with Tapu Koko with its ability Surge Surfer. So some really cool stuff. I'm a big Alolan fan, and I genuinely hope this is real, because I just feel like the idea of breathing, like I said, fresh air into these old Pokemon just adds so much to the game, and it's so simple for them to do. It's not hard to do, right? They already have the Pokemon, just tweak it, right? Anyway, Spinarak is now Bug and Ghost. It's black with a smiley on its back, which is bright pink. And then Ariados is also Bug and Ghost, has a spooky, angry face on its back. So previously, our only Bug Ghost is Shedinja, obviously very lackluster because of the fact that it's got only 1 HP, it's got the Wonder Guard ability, so it'd be really cool to see a Bug Ghost Ariados. One thing I will say is the different Alolan forms, they generally only had the same stats as the previous forms, but shifted around a little bit, right? So they had the same base stat total, very similar stats, so they moved a few things. Alolan Ninetales a little faster, you know, things like that, which is another really good one. So they kind of move some of the stats around. So in the case of like an Ariados, for it to be viably good competitively, it really would need those stats to shift around. It would need its attack to go up a little bit, maybe take away some of its speed because it doesn't really need that, kind of benefit from Sucker Punch and Shadow Sneak being stabbed, maybe give it some sort of an ability that can allow it to do something unique. And that's really what it comes down to, right? Like you get Furret, all of a sudden if Furret goes from, you know, it's normal Furret to normal ground and then maybe gets Thick Fat or maybe gets, I don't know, Sheer Force or who knows, right? Like there's different abilities that can make these Pokemon much better. Jumpluff apparently becomes Grass and Fairy, so its body becomes white, Pom-Pom things turn pink. So Grass and Fairy Jumpluff, which we've seen before, right? Whimsicott and Tapu Bulu. Sudowoodo is now purely Steel, so it's disguised as a Pine Tree. I think Sudowoodo would actually really benefit from the Steel typing. Steel typing is just better than Rock typing in general, so that could be really cool. I don't know if I necessarily see that, but I guess that could be interesting. Houndour being Dark Ice is so cool. So they kind of take the same approach that they did with Sandshrew and Sandslash and Vulpix and Ninetales and make a Fire type an Ice type essentially. So Houndoom becoming Dark and Ice. The skull on its head is now made of ice, and then its horns and bones are icicles. The one thing that concerns me about this is Houndoom does have a Mega Evolution, whereas none of the previous Alolan forms that I can think of had a Mega Evolution. So that could be very interesting, because is there going to be a Mega Galarian Houndoom, you know? So I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here, right? Like, because I think that's important to do when you look at these kind of things. We have to take these things with a grain of salt. Do I want this to be real? Heck yeah, I want it to be real. Do I think it's real? I don't know, right? Like, we'll find out in a few days, but I'm just trying to give you guys the full facts and the full perspective here of things that I'm coming up with, right? But I think a Dark Ice Houndoom, that's a great type. Obviously, we've seen it with Weavile. Such a tremendously good typing. Magcargo gets Fire Water and it has a seashell as its house instead of a rock as its house. That would be incredible, because Magcargo really struggles with its ability to kind of set up with Shell Smash and just do anything really, because Rock Fire is such a bad typing. It's so bad. But giving it Fire Water would actually help out a lot. It removes some of those big weaknesses. It removes its water weakness. It removes that ground weakness. It still has it, but it's not as bad, right? So some of those things there that really help it out by changing it to Fire Water. And with a couple of stat adjustments, you could actually make that thing really good. Ralts becomes Dark and Fairy instead of Psychic and Fairy. This is a cool idea. Again, same idea with the Mega Evolutions, but you know, nevertheless, Dark and Fairy. So the green helmet turns dark blue and the dress becomes purple. Same as Ralts, and then the same, but it looks kind of like it's Mega. So Gardevoir becoming Dark Fairy, another typing that we've actually never seen Dark Fairy before as a typing as far as I can remember. That would be insanely good. I really feel like Mega Absol should have been Dark Fairy, but they kind of whiffed on that one. But that could be insanely cool as a Dark Fairy Gardevoir, like spamming, you know, I would still imagine you get Moonblast and Dark Pulse and things like Snarl, and who knows, like that could be really cool. Zangoose is one of those Pokemon that I feel like is super cool and doesn't get enough love. Fighting Dark could be really cool. I mean, it kind of like its main claim to fame right now is either Belly Drum or kind of like a Guts or a Toxic Boost, I think it's called, where it gets that kind of like Guts boost if it's toxic. To allow it to fire off Facades. It kind of loses out on that if it becomes fighting in Dark type, so then it's kind of relying on like things like close combat and knockoff and stuff, but definitely very interesting. The white fur becomes black and it has sharper claws. Very, very interesting. Fighting in Dark, we've seen that with Pangoro. Very good. You give this thing Parting Shot though or something, that could be very unique because of its speed stat. It's a little faster than Pangoro. Seviper becomes Poison Steel, which is a type we've never seen before. Massive ground weakness, but very good otherwise. Has a giant iron spike ball instead of its knife tail. That is really cool. So Seviper becoming Poison Steel. Again, unique typing would add a lot to Seviper, who has a pretty cool move pool and good attack. It's just a little slow, and pure poison just doesn't do it much justice when it's kind of frail. So by adding a steel type to it, you actually give it a little bit more bulk and kind of allow it to just naturally more bulk, because steel is such a good defensive typing, and poison's a really good defensive typing too. It could become like a fairy killer, especially if you kind of take those attack stats and maybe focus more on one side or the other instead of kind of splitting it between its physical and its special attack. Spoink becomes Pure Poison, and Grumpig becoming Poison Ghost. So very interesting. So the tail is made of sludge and its crystal is dark purple. So instead of its little coil, it becomes like a sludge coil, I guess. And then Grumpig becomes Poison Ghost, and then the pink parts become dark green. So let's see here. The only changes I made to the formatting of text, and then kind of just a basic discussion there. So very interesting. So they're saying that there's gonna be 17 Galarian forms. I gotta say, this is a very strange collection of Pokemon, very random. The one thing that gives me cause for concern here is probably the Mega Evolution side of things. When you have a Houndoom and a Gardevoir that previously got Mega Evolutions and you're gonna change their type, what happens now? Can they Mega Evolve? Can they Mega Evolve into a new Mega that doesn't exist yet? Are Megas gonna be scrapped completely from this game and not even be in the game? I think that's very unlikely considering Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee included Mega Evolutions, but I don't know. Very interesting. Let me know what your thoughts are. Again, the biggest thing that kind of gives this credibility is the fact that they predicted the Pokemon Direct and then they posted some information, but not really a whole lot else going on there. Very interesting stuff. I'm big on the Galarian train though. I would love to see some Galarian forms. I think that would be so sick. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and let me know which Pokemon you'd want to see get a Galarian form the most. I do love a couple of these Mons. I'd love to see like a Heracross get like a new typing or something cool like that, you know? Maybe Fortress getting a rock typing instead of steel. Like, who knows? There could be so many cool options, man. I love my bug types. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, man. We need Bug Dragon Yanma. Who's with me, man? It's time. Bug Dragon Galarian Yanma. Let's do it. Anyway, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.